Welcome to the Real Raw and Uncut show.
Don't try it so soon. Yes, welcome to the Real Raw and Uncut show. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm Joey Joel, and we have special guests here
Impulse
on
Group DC.
the panel tonight. Hey. Somebody was scared to come. I ain't saying no names.
Devon.
No, some people just don't trust you fully.
Ooh. Well, he's banned from trying you tonight, so you're fine, okay? You're fine. I got you.
I don't know how to follow directions.
I got you. But I know how to read well, so you might want to. I got you.
Whose side you on?
I'm on his side. That's my boo.
Loyalty.
It is loyal.
Where's your loyalty?
To self.
Anyway.
The streets are talking.
Are they?
I wonder what they're saying.
Can I? Give the people your name. Bless the people with your name.
Hey, I'm D'Angelo Davis, better known as Devon Hamilton.
Hello. Yeah, talking to the mic. We got to put it in your mouth like you
Yeah,
do.
you gotta be Joe Scott. Okay? Joe Scott that microphone now.
Never mind.
And next to you we have
And I'm AJ King.
the king.
The King.
You see how he projected that voice?
Girl, I don't want you. So how you guys doing?
Doing pretty well.
Doing pretty well. So you got the fan
Yes, got it.
blowing your hair. Yes.
I let Joey borrow the hat tonight.
I'm gonna be nice. So you gotta be nice to him if you want to be nice to you. I can't tell him don't do it and then you done poke the bear.
That's why I'm staying quiet, child.
You ain't staying
You
quiet
always
for long.
quiet.
Listen.
Your seat about to be sizzling in a minute. Mm-hmm.
So how was everyone week? What we do? We go from Tuesday to Tuesday because that's when we broadcast.
Lord, I don't even remember what I did this week.
Or this weekend or yesterday even.
What day is today? Today's Tuesday?
Yeah, yesterday was Monday.
Just work. Nothing really special. I celebrated a lot of friends' birthdays this weekend. It seems like it's everybody's birthday. Everyone's Scorpio and Sagittarius, so I've been doing that all weekend. Yeah, not too much actually. Just been chilling.
What about you?
Pretty much just work and impulse work.
No, you did have something this past week that we attended.
Oh yeah, and last week
Yeah.
we had the me and Robbie Dash, our annual food drive and happy hour
Yes.
at the Dirty Goose.
Yes. How was that?
It was really good. We got a good donation for the family. She's a single mother of 4, and now we're gonna be doing a toy drive for her in a couple of weeks.
Speak on that because we have a picture to show for the toy drive. So speak on that a little more.
Yep, the toy drive is going to be the 14th, I believe, at the Dirty Goose, 6:30 to 9:30. We're taking donations for the family, any winter clothes, any toys, and if you can find the link on my Facebook with their special request list. You don't have to stick to the list, but it's there.
Can we get a picture of the information for the toy drive just for people who
Are watching? Yeah.
are watching? Mike, what did you do?
I don't know if he's there.
I don't think so either.
It's fine. We'll put it up though. Don't worry, but we got you.
Fine.
What did I do? Nothing. This week I didn't really do much. Just the basics. But the past few days have been trying because when you're trying to break into your new transition, it's just so much. With like the reality show and then this show, it's just boom all at once. But
I think it's
I'm
been
gonna
a
get through
lot the last couple of days.
it's been a lot.
Yeah.
But
We've been on the phone with people and
lawyers.
this, and it's just been a lot.
Yeah. So we'll come out on top.
Yeah.
Want to do it?
I had a very eventful week myself. Been back and forth between DC and Philly this
You
week.
have actually.
So just working, securing that bag.
And I just want to shout out Mike and Brian. They are not here tonight because we decided to go with 2 guests so that there's not so many guests and then like, it's like a lot on the panel, So we won't say who requested it, but just know that, they were graceful enough to honor that request.
Yes. Oh, and I did attend Mr. Bake's viewing Saturday.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. He had a cash bar. Of course, he had all his delicious treats everywhere. And he actually won. So shout out to
did
Mr.
win.
Bake.
And he'll be here next week
Yes,
as well.
he'll be here next
Yes,
week.
he'll be here next week with my buttercream cupcakes. That's your entrance to this door. Honey.
Yeah, no, he actually did my graduation cake, and it was one of the best cakes I've ever
Yeah.
had. So shout out because he does amazing work.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
he's done
He really
my
does.
stuff since 2016. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does all of Impulses. He's our resident dessert man.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, a couple years ago I had him make a because my mom, she's of an age, so she was addicted to her landline phone, so I had to make a cake to resemble her landline phone for her birthday 1 year. So yeah,
It's really good.
put that phone down.
Right. You so nervous you twiddling that phone.
I'm making sure people watching our live.
People are watching. You ain't get look, trust me, if just because you don't see they watching, they still watching.
Oh, trust me, I know. They always talking about y'all.
Well,
We
they
know.
talking, so I'm appreciative.
Right.
Thank you.
All press is good press.
But I heard you
That's
used to
true.
yell across the pool too about the show.
Right. They talking about y'all.
Yeah, it's because y'all was talking trash.
We ain't talking no
We
trash.
ain't talking no trash.
We'll never talk trash though.
We speak
really
facts.
don't. We'll never talk trash.
Facts are facts, America, okay?
Yeah. So.
Just saying. Anyway,
Devon, so on edge, we gotta break them in.
I know.
I'm sober, that's why.
You're sober.
Didn't you just come from Nelly's?
I had one drink, that's not enough for me. Y'all know that.
You should have took. I told you to take a shot. I texted you and told you to take
What's
a
that?
shot.
That's water.
A shot is water.
To him.
Yeah, to me. I need like 4.
Wow.
You know she's a drunk.
Ooh. Don't
A
put that out there to
social
the
drinker.
people. There you go. That's the word for it.
Drunks have problems. I don't have solutions.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Anyway,
Anyway, so let's get into these hot topics really quickly. It's not many this week because we're gonna make it all about these guys. I just wanna, I'm a music person. So Mariah put out an album. Sorry, Mike. I know we should have waited for you, but it came out this Tuesday and the show is today. So this Friday and the show is today. So yeah, Mariah put an album out. What's the caution?
yes,
How
caution.
do you guys feel about it? I actually
love
like the
it.
album from beginning to end.
I mean, it's a couple songs that I have to skip over, but I think one of my favorite
I mean,
songs.
it's only a
is-
couple songs, but go ahead.
My favorite song is 8th Grade.
Eighth
That
Grade
has
is cool.
to be that has to be one of my favorite songs.
So I haven't listened to this new album.
Yes,
so I
they
can't
got
really
a
comment
cover.
on it.
Yeah.
But
quiet.
but I will say this. No, I don't plan on listening to it either. So no shade, because truth be told, and this may be controversial, I think her last good album was Rainbow, and everything before that. I was not a fan of Emancipation of Mimi. I was not a fan
What?
of anything past. Listen,
What? You said
And
Rainbow.
that was her last good album.
Ew.
Oh yes, yeah, no, that was her last good album.
That's his opinion.
That's his opinion.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
his opinion.
Chill.
I don't like the Mimi. The Mimi stuff is whack. I can't get with it.
Emancipation of Mimi and what's the one? Memoirs on a Perfect Angel.
Memoirs of a Perfect Angel.
That was her last best
Yes,
album.
I even like the layout for it. It was like a magazine book,
Yes.
booklet. So yeah.
Yes, Memoirs of a Perfect Angel. You need to listen to that. You need to get into that album. That album spoke facts.
But I like this album Caution because she's not over singing and it's not too many songs. So like if we used to go see her live and she hit a certain note, we won't be expecting it because it's not on the song. So,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Exactly.
So 8th grade, what else? I like Caution, 8th grade.
I love Distance.
Stay Long, Love You, something like that. Yeah.
I love Distance. Distance is really Distance took me back to when it was like the Emancipation of Mimi and what was the other one? MC equals yeah,
MC squared.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
It took me back to that era, so I was really excited for that song.
So have you heard it?
I haven't listened to
You
it.
ever listened to it? No.
So let y'all discuss that.
Why haven't you listened to it? You're not really into her.
Impulse has kept me busy.
You had your headphones on and walking. You couldn't
I was on the
stream
phone
it.
collecting
Child,
coins.
he's booked and busy.
He's booked
He don't
and
have time
busy,
for no
okay?
music. He don't have time for no music.
Okay, he's Masika.
Ooh.
Child, don't do that. Don't do that.
So why have you? Let's get into you really quickly. Let's get into you because you're going to be the challenge one.
Yes, he is.
Why have you been scared to come on the show? I think you're the only person that we've asked the most and said no the most.
Because I'm very private. I'm not an open book.
Okay, what would that stop you? What would that stop you from coming on here for? It's certain things you don't want to talk about. Then say it.
That one.
I haven't always been part of the show.
He hasn't.
So you can't use me. I haven't always been part of the show.
Not here, but he'll text.
You
us.
had a pipeline to the show. I didn't.
Well, you know.
First of all, just like you said, you told me today and you told me what to talk about and what not to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, he's not.
I'm a real journalist. I'm not.
Well, I ain't claiming to be all that. 'Cause that's not my
Okay.
expertise.
I am. I do my research and I have facts.
Okay.
They come with facts. So if you don't want me to talk about it, I'll respect it and not talk about it.
So you guys recently just had a gala.
Yes,
How was that?
it's fabulous.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Impulse. How was that?
So it was. So
we know my input.
We know, boo.
we went into our third year, anniversary, and it was just fantastic. And since we brought on D'Angelo, you going by today? Okay,
yeah,
D'Angelo.
I can go back to D'Angelo today.
Since we brought on D'Angelo on board as our events director, he really stepped up and made this thing fantastic. We had a lot of transition in 2018 with our Impulse board, right? We transitioned our leadership with our presidency. We got a new operations director, a new advocacy director. We have an ambassador of outreach. That's a lot going on, right? And it just came at the perfect time because if you were able to come to the gala, you saw just the outcome of it, and it was just
it
was just fabulous. Yeah. It was just fabulous, and it was really good to see different sectors of our community of Black, gay, same-gender loving, bisexual men come together and just really have a good time, and the advocacy was on point, and we got to also teach some messages and they get to learn some things while having a good time.
So let's back it up a little bit, because it's my fault. We jumped the gun. Can you explain to the people who may not know what is Impulse and what are you guys about?
Sure. So Impulse is funded through AIDS Healthcare Foundation, and we have global chapters from Los Angeles to New York, Atlanta, all the way to Mexico City and London, just all over the place. And we have a unique model of 80% entertainment, 20% education. So there's three main pillars that we focus on, which is around HIV testing, treatment, and education is one, mental health and substance abuse with an emphasis on crystal meth and the PNP culture. And so we throw large-scale events for our community, for gay, bisexual men, where we can educate and teach while having a good time as well, too, without barriers, right? Mm-hmm. Because, some of the girls don't got $20 to spend at the front of the door for the club. Do you feel what I'm saying? So you're going to come to our events. It's going to be free entry. You're going to have a free cocktail. We're going to have some free food, some banging music from a lot of our great DJs we worked with. And you're going to learn something, too. You're going to learn about, the effects of crystal meth. You're going to learn about, where and how you can get treated for HIV or tested for HIV. You're going to learn about, how to take self-care, right? Mm-hmm. So while having a good time at the same time.
Okay, because you said a lot of girls don't have $20, child. That'd be me. I'm like so dead broke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I ain't ashamed to admit it. I'm paying for a lot.
Right, yeah.
Honey, that I'm trying to get back. I'm lawyered up at this point, but yeah. So.
That's why the girls be free. When it's free before something, they be right there, 10:45, waiting to get in.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Director of Events.
Yes.
There we go. I was getting into that. You have your own entertainment company, should I say? Is that the right word to use?
Yeah, I have my own entertainment company. Yeah.
Which is?
Devon Hamilton Events.
And what do you offer?
Right now we do weekly underwear parties the first Friday of every month at the Green Lantern. Those have been great, successful summer and winter parties. I also have my modeling agency, Eye Candy, which have been some of the fabulous men you've seen at the Impulse events. And you'll be seeing soon in a special project that Impulse is working on that'll be released in January.
Oh, wow. Well, all right. How long have you been doing it?
I've been working in events, behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, for about 7 years. 7 years. I started working with K5 Entertainment back when he was at Scene. I've worked with Omega, K5, Ignite, Lip Parties. I've worked with almost everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you want to go into that field of like doing underwear parties?
Everyone was already doing parties weekly that had standard club parties, banging DJs, drink specials. I found a niche that people were interested in, found it marketable, and the girls turned out and showed out.
Every time.
And he tapped into this and not this.
Well, it's both.
But it's more this.
It's lucrative. Why not?
Right.
That's what it's all about. Fun and making money. Shit, I wish I had another revenue coming in. Honey.
I've been a couple times. It's been...
Yeah, you've made 15-minute appearances. Thank you, best friend.
He did a walkthrough. He did a walkthrough.
Mm-hmm. It's a little hot in my hair.
Jesus.
Look, at that time I was wearing my natural hair out, and then when the heat hit it, nope. Hey, boo, great event, gotta go.
No excuse.
Thank you for the support.
I don't stay at clubs long if they hot. and I got my natural hair out. It just it's not gonna work. Sorry.
He mean he don't stay when he can't twerk on the tables.
Ooh. I don't twerk on tables no more. That was 2000.
Underline that. What was that word? No
anymore? Yeah,
oh.
right. And I said, let me finish my statement. I don't do that anymore. That's 2014, Joey.
Okay, but you live in that river.
Well, I didn't know you in 2014, and I got a video.
Get the receipts.
I was
I got a video.
Now, if you have a video, the video you have is probably from me out of town.
But you say you don't twerk no more.
Out on tables.
Well, that was a curb, so you're right.
Exactly. It was in the middle of the street in Ohio. Okay.
Dag, I wish we was gonna talk about this. So I would have sent that video in. I would have. Like,
No, did I send that video? That was a very drunk night. Let's not.
So in your new position, I always see your status like, I'm always busy. Y'all got us busy. We're always working. Like, what made you accept the offer?
Well, it's something I've been pursuing for the last 2 years. Because I went after it the last time it opened, and I was sadly turned down. Then they learned their lesson, and I was brought in.
The timing. It was timing. It wasn't your time yet.
Because you know what God has for you is for you. So
That it?
Yeah.
He showed up, and I'm showing out for Impulse.
Hello.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hello. That's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, though. Because I've always known of you. Oh, they promote your thing. So let's talk about that then.
Perfect.
Since he pushed that up.
Yes, our World AIDS Day celebration coming Friday, November 30th at the North Hole at Eastern Market. We're going to have a special, very special surprise guest, Hollywood new icon, set Unbreaking Boundaries. And then we're going to have some local DMV artists, actors, performers, dancers.
Oh, cool.
We're going to have a paint and sip. We're going to have an open bar for her. And we got some good eye candy bartenders.
So I'll be there.
Yeah.
Registration is still open. Registration is required.
And it's a free event, right?
It's
free
free event,
event.
free
Free event.
booze, free food.
Yes, and come out, because the dope thing about this particular event called Decades is that we're able to look at the transition of HIV from the 80s to now, right? So, the first 45 minutes are going to be all about the 80s and what HIV looked like in the 80s, and we're going to have performances of spoken word and music and dance and theater about what HIV was in the 80s. Then the next 45 minutes is the 90s, then the 2000s, then the 2010s. And in those interim moments between the performances, we're going to have the music from those decades as well, too. So you're going to hear that Michael Jackson. You're going to hear, that En Vogue. You're going to hear all that old school music and
That's
have
my
a good
type of
time. You
music.
see what I'm saying? And like D'Angelo was saying, that we have a very special guest as our keynote speaker, and they're just fabulous. Like, they're just fantastic. Like, they just are. So you don't want to miss out. But here's the one thing I will say. Please, this is not one of them events where we got to be on CP time. Show up at 6 p.m. 6 p.m., meaning don't leave out your house at 6 p.m. Show up at the venue at 6 p.m. because you don't want to miss a beat.
Can we get one of those flyers again just for the date and the address for those watching?
Lord, y'all always do stuff during rush hour traffic time.
Friday, November 30th.
Yeah.
6 to 10.
6, that's rush hour traffic time.
That's all right. It's in Eastern
Yeah,
Market.
get there. It's Eastern Market. It's right in the heart of it.
Hop in the
then-
metro if you got
Metro.
to.
Leave your car at work,
You know
hop
what
in
I'm
the metro.
saying? Yeah. You got
I
time
work
to
in
pre-plan.
Annapolis.
Well,
Girl, you get off.
I know what to tell you.
The Lord will make a way somehow.
You get off
That-
at 3
that-
o'clock.
yes.
I actually don't know my schedule yet, but I'll request
Right.
to work
Okay.
in the morning.
And I do want to give a shout out to Barry Moten and Meech White. Both of them have been working diligently on getting the talent and the artists to come to this event. So just shout out to both of you guys.
All right.
Alrighty.
Are you excited for it?
Yep, I'm excited. It's one of my first-ish events as events director. So I'm excited to see it unfold.
And for this particular event, it is for World AIDS Day, and that's what's we really want to highlight, right? Because we're actually going into our 30th year of World AIDS Day. It was established in 1988, and it was really focusing on 3 portions, really. One is to, acknowledge and stands in unity of our brothers and sisters living with HIV currently. Second is to fight against HIV. And third is to commemorate and honor our brothers and sisters we've lost of AIDS-related illness throughout the past few decades. And so this particular event is really going to highlight that and really, not only highlight those who we've unfortunately lost to this virus, but the movers and shakers in the community now who are doing it, because we have some people, particularly in DC, who are doing dope ass shit in this field, and they really are. And it's really about highlighting all that hard work that's currently going on today, because 35 million people have died of AIDS-related illness, 35 million, and over 36 million people are currently living with HIV. So clearly, it's something that we need to talk about, address, and provide a platform where we can not only have these conversations and provide advocacy and education, but have a good time, because the girls like to have a good time.
So is this event a come as you are, or do you require an attire?
We're gonna say business casual.
Business casual.
Business casual.
Because it's after work.
Yeah, it's after work. Yeah.
So let's get into you. How long have you been with Impulse, and how were you introduced to Impulse? Are you a founder of Impulse? Like, give us a breakdown.
Sure. So I was actually, myself and Devin Barrington Ward, who was the original president of Impulse Group DC, were both asked from individuals who had worked in the United Impulse chapter. They heard about us through the community, and they reached out to us and said, hey, we have this organization that we want to start in DC. Would you two be interested in being part of it? At first I will, and Devin will tell you, for those Devin, we were both looking at each other like, girl, whew, this sounds like it's going to be like a handful, right? And at that time, even leading up to our launch event at the Josephine Butler Center back in 2015, it was just the two of us. And we didn't have an advocacy director. We didn't have an events director. We didn't have an operations director at that point. But we've been able to build our team so that we have all the pieces to make this a successful organization. And the reason why I'm really passionate about it is because it brings together two things that I really love, which is advocacy and education for our community of Black, same gender loving individuals, but also having a good time, because the girls love a cocktail. And if you got an event where it's free entry, free cocktails, and food,
The turnout's great.
AJ King will be there.
And Joey Joel.
Correct.
You were too quiet down there. I had to wake you up.
Don't try.
I'm not used to it. It's scaring me a little bit. What's on your mind?
Nothing. It's about them.
Growth. In 10 minutes.
Shut up.
Boy, you got shit. It's hot.
It's actually not that hot today.
I got my girl on too, so it's hot.
Oh, you need to take your hair off.
We do it together. Come on.
I can't take mine off. Shout out to my stylist. I can't take it off.
Me.
Girl, whatever.
So give some questions. I feel like I've been doing all the time.
I'm excited about this event because I know the DJ y'all booked. So
Yeah.
I'm excited
Yeah.
about that.
Joe is not a DJ. You in the DC, you don't know. So
I mean, no, you're right. Anyway, so I'm going to be the messy one and get in y'all business a little bit. We talked about, you know, all the good stuff. Now we're going to get into the good stuff.
That good.
That good. So Hamilton.
oh God, no more D'Angelo. That's out the window, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. D'Angelo.
Professional name.
Right, that's professional
That's
name. We D'Angelo, are you single?
Yes.
Are you currently looking?
At the yes, no.
Yes.
You have your days.
Yes, I have my days.
Okay, guys. So we have D'Angelo here. He's up for sale.
To the highest bidder?
To the highest bidder.
So what do you look for in a partner
Yeah.
or someone to date?
Consistency, something that's lacking in this city.
Speak on it.
That's a word.
Speak on it.
Yeah,
Please.
consistency, emotional availability. Yeah, just those two things right now. If you can give me those two things, you pretty much can put a ring on it.
So,
Emotional availability and consistency.
Consistency.
So the emotional availability, do you need them to be sensitive, or what do you
In
what
touch
do you
with your
need?
emotions, and you're not putting on the front 24/7.
Got you.
Oh.
No wall up.
Well, good luck finding that in DC.
That's why I'm struggling.
And AJ.
Yeah.
So I heard from a little birdie
Birdies are wrong.
that you were in a relationship.
Who said that?
Who did say that? Because so there's interest. Relationship,
man?
that individual is
He
not
signed the
here,
NDAs.
so
They both
I
signed
will
NDAs.
not. We both signed NDAs.
Okay, sign NDAs.
And so that being said, that is one thing that
that individual's
we will
birthday
find. No, it's not. So that
Big
being
boo.
said, when we are in a position to get to where that point, we'll make it known.
How long have you guys been talking? We're getting to know.
This was your question, wasn't it?
No, this was not
Actually,
my
it came from Devontae.
Wow. I got some questions for Devontae too. Hold on. Can we bring him in?
Tell him to call in.
We've been getting to know each other for a time period that is sufficient for us.
Well, all right.
Yes, that's a good answer.
So was this person at the event on Friday?
Will they be or were they?
Were they at Dirty Goose?
There were a lot of people there. Yeah.
I'm trying to get it, y'all. I'm trying to get it. Can't get it. Does this person sing?
Who doesn't sing? I sing. I don't have a good voice, but I can sing.
Did this person just release a single?
I know who it is.
Yeah, there's a few people out there. Yeah.
Yeah, a few people did just release singles, didn't they? Messiah released a single.
Yeah.
Not this. Was it this week? Cash App came out this week.
No, Cash App came out the week before.
Cash App. Shout out to Messiah.
Yeah,
Cash
shout
App.
out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and Cash App me, Messiah.
Bring it out that negative.
Girl, no, she's positive. Okay.
I think I know who it is.
Oh, I see Devontae's comments. Oh.
So Michael Reese asked Devon Hamilton, "Do you offer the same things that you're asking for?"
I love me some Mike Reese. We
Yes.
gotta work out for him to come on the show.
Yes.
I can't stand.
Yes.
AJ, I know who it is, and I think that'll be a cute fit for you. You guys look cute.
If it's the
together.
person that I'm thinking of and that he kind of co-signed for me, their vibe and energy is amazing.
It is. It is.
Their vibe and energy is just
Possibly.
amazing. Yeah.
Possibly.
It
Yeah.
Y'all about the same height too, right?
Ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
When you lay down, you will be. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
You know all about that, don't
Yeah,
you?
I'm a virgin.
Just lay down,
Don't
standing
get too
up.
much.
You ain't no virgin.
I am a virgin.
Not with all this gray hair. That mean you
What
got
that
wisdom. So that mean you was knocking it a couple times. You know what you doing, okay? You ain't get that from nothing.
Well.
Well. Are we a virgin, Mr. Sex Party? Well, not party, but underwear party.
No.
Thank you for being honest.
So I'm going to tell a funny story about how me and Hamilton actually met. So it was.
This is when I did have a drinking problem. Let's just put that out there.
So it was Pride 2013. Was it 13 or 14? It was the year we was at when Decades was Midtown.
Hold up, you know what? I don't mean to cut you
there
off.
you go.
I don't mean to cut you off. But they're not usually here. So let's let him tell a story of how he met you. Let's hear that way. Let's hit that bridge. Let's hit that
Okay.
bridge.
Oh God, let's see.
That way then you can come back and
Okay.
interject whatever. So.
I don't even know if he remembers.
We were at Look, I think.
No. Wait, no. No. We were at Midtown.
Well, he did say he had a drinking problem, so
Yeah, this is back when I was straight tequila. Yeah.
It was your birthday.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that night.
back down there.
That's why I said it.
we know.
So it
Devon
was-
never remembers his birthday weekends.
It was 2014 because we were at it was the same year that I met Honey. So it was 2014. We were at Midtown. So I was managing DJ Waters at the time, and I was chilling, and I went to the rooftop, and I was with Bernard.
Why you pointing to me?
Because you know Bernard.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I was with Bernard, and they was like, "Oh, it's such his birthday." So you know me, it's like, "Oh, happy birthday!" Da, da, da. So you know,
y'all had a section on the rooftop, didn't I?
Yeah. So you know, my song came on. I start twerking. This man starts to play with my ass. I said, whose friend is this? Whose friend is this?
Oh, so you're the reason he don't like to have sex.
Lies.
The story's unfolding.
No. I can tell you the person, though.
Me, I know him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know the person, actually. Y'all don't know the person.
Well, I probably know a person. He probably knows another person.
So anyway, ever since that day, we've been friends. Like his energy and that vibe that night was just like so turned, and it was so
If
fun.
it's your birthday, it makes
And
sense.
then, and then after that, we ended up working together because we were both we were Ignite K5 together. And then after that, we were oh my gosh, he's been like he was my first, besides Eric, he was my first friend in DC.
Yeah.
And we've been inseparable ever since, even though some days I just can't stand him. But
it ain't been inseparable. You stopped talking to me for like 3 months when I read you.
You did
all
say
friends
that.
go through that. I'm going through that with one of my best friends right now. So
y'all do that frequently though, but I'm gonna be quiet.
oh, the person I'm talking about just hopped on my live. Hey.
Hey, he wants to.
No. The other person that I was talking about. You know, AJ's love interest.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
I was going to sing a song, but it would have gave away the whole name.
It would have gave away
the whole name.
he's
It's
turning red.
He's turning red.
So Mike Lee said, speaking
Not
of wisdom, what's the best advice that each guest would give and offer the younger LGBTQ generation?
Start here or start there? Want to start? We can start here.
Let's start with Hamilton.
Okay. The question was, say it again.
Speaking of wisdom, what's the best advice that each guest would offer to the younger LGBTQ generation?
Stand in your truth. Stand in your journey of finding your truth. Do not try to mix yourself into the fold of you with this clique, with that clique. Be you. Be who you are, trying to discover who you are. Flaws and all. It's acceptable. It's fine. We all went through it.
I would tell them.
He said guess. He said guess, not who.
Oh, he said guess.
He said guess.
Oh, because you said you wanted to start with.
I said start with Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You got one to shut me down.
You got to say
Now you know how it feels now, right?
Go
The
ahead.
takeover spirit.
Take over spirit. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you know how it feels.
Go ahead. Take over
Mwah.
spirit.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to answer that too. Why
No,
not all
Go
of
ahead.
us?
Go ahead.
Why not all
I'm
of us?
interested in your opinion. Go ahead.
The advice I would give, since it's for the guests, I'm making fun. The advice I would give the younger gays is to always make sure that your wig is glued down tight.
Oh.
My wig is always glued down tight, boo.
Go ahead. Let's go to the guests.
Ain't a bitch never snatch it
Let's go
off.
to the guests.
But go ahead,
They
AJ.
can't get close. So don't find
I mean, I think that, you know, for the younger generation, for the Gabies, I just want you to not only stand in your truth, but acknowledge that you have so much access right now that we didn't have, right? So, you know, when we were teenagers, 17, 18, you know, we had like Black Planet, BGC, whatever, right?
Love me some
But,
BGC.
you know, now everything is at your fingertips. You can literally, you know, walk down the street and find someone 0.01 miles away.
Right.
So, which is great in some aspects. It really is. Like that's a way that you can really form and build certain relationships and communications with people, which is fine. But just acknowledge that there's been a lot of difficult roads that your previous generations have had to go through, and I don't want you to get engulfed in social media to the point where you're losing that personal connection. Because, you know, I feel like all of us were kind of growing up in that age where social media was really kind of transitioning and becoming part of our lifestyle. The younger folk, they were born into social media. They don't necessarily know anything different. So we were actually privileged enough to be able to witness and be part of being able to go up to that person at Youth Pride and say, hey, my name is AJ, you know, what's your name? You know, what's your number? Woo, woo, woo. Now it's such a disconnect. It's such a disconnect, and and it can cause, just because someone doesn't unlock their photos for you, or they, don't respond back to your Jack message, or whatever the situation may be, that can cause a lot of trauma. Yeah. It can cause a lot of trauma about your self-esteem, about your mental health, about how you view yourself, and it's something that is not even a personal connection with the individual you even know their name. Do you feel what I'm saying? And so, try your best to make personal, real-life connections with individuals, and you have your older brothers looking out for you. That's what I gotta say.
Well, all right.
Well, Mike Reese said he wanted us to answer too now, so
I knew he did, because Mike don't ever leave me.
No, he just said it. He just said and host. So go ahead.
I would piggyback off the both of them, and I would say just to stay educated. Yes. Stay educated. Like, stay in school, get as much education as you could, invest. Don't always be in the club. If you're gonna be in the club all the time, invest in some kind of way. Hey, Antoine Anderson. Yeah. Yeah. Just be smart. Like, I had people guiding me, but I didn't. It was more so of do what I do and not what I say. So I watched more so than them sitting me down telling me this and this and this and that. Like he said, when I was coming up, I'm not gonna give my age away. Still youthful though. When I was coming up,
40, y'all.
It's fine. I'm living. When I was coming up, when I was coming up, we had the edge, the wet. So we all would be outside talking in the parking lot and all this other stuff. Because I was a little older, so my friends, that wasn't old enough to get in yet, had to wait till a certain hour to get into the edge of wet. So, I mean, just be smart and don't think you know everything, because you don't. Please. And then give respect to those who came before you. Don't think that you invented it just because it's hot right now. Right. It was hot back then too. So yeah. And that's no shade to
for me, I would say, don't let anyone break you or let anyone tell you who you have to be in order to live in this lifestyle, because I went through it. I had a couple people tell me, "Oh, you don't look like a normal gay person, so you're bringing too much attention to yourself." Fuck them. Be who you want to be. If you want to be androgynous, do it. If you want to wear hair, do it. If you want to dress like a female, do it. Yeah. Be yourself, and don't let this community try to break you down from being yourself and being someone that you're not. Because at the end of the day, you're not. It's not going to do anything for you, but break you down even more mentally, because you're trying to be something that you're not. Yeah. So just be yourself, and enjoy life. Don't take it.
And another thing I would say,
sometimes.
Don't be afraid to talk to someone. Like, don't keep stuff so bottled up to where you're angry, and then when somebody press just a slight button on you, you explode. Like, it's okay to get therapy. It's okay to talk to that one good friend that you trust. You don't have to talk to him, because then eventually it comes out and it's a mess. One good person, talk to an event, write, sing, whatever you do. Just find an outlet to express yourself. Like, don't be so angry. It's okay to talk and be free. And
there's no shame in seeking help.
That's why I write books. That's why I talk so much shit. Like, I don't keep nothing bottled up. Like, you've never seen me mad. Yeah.
And like, don't use social media to air things out.
Yes.
And please don't. Please don't use social media.
But then again, I won't say don't. I would say put it in a way to where it's entertaining. Make it into like a story form or something. Like, draw some attention to people. Like, oh, I like that. I want to hear more. Sure. But that's how you do it. Like, don't just make it all about your life, because then when you get those comments that you don't want, then it's going to cause something else and something else, something else. So it's like a ripple effect. So use social media for what it's worth. Like, start a blog. Like, put it in a story.
And network with your elders, please.
Exactly.
And I'm not calling us elders now, but I'm saying network with the generations above you, because listen, we're always looking for opportunities to uplift the next generation.
And then we can learn from you just as well as you're learning from us.
Exactly. Exactly. Use your resources also. Use every educational resource that's out here for you in the city, like Impulse,
right,
and HF and Denim. Use those resources, because I've noticed.
And it's another one as well. I want to shout them out because we don't talk about them as we should. Safe Space Nova.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes.
They do great work. Yeah.
Yes. Use those resources because I've noticed that it's a lot of younger people who are not educated about HIV and AIDS. And they go out here thinking that it's not real. And it's very much so real.
Yeah.
So use your resources and learn.
Yeah. Just have a good time and be safe.
So,
Reese, give us another question.
I have one.
Okay, cool.
So, AJ, talk about Breaking Ground in the productions over the past year. And give
Oh,
us a little
yeah.
more info on
Yeah.
Breaking Ground.
Sure. So Breaking Ground is a program I started back in 2014, and it is a LGBT youth and young adult theater program for gay and bisexual men of color. Gay, bisexual, transgender, lesbian, the whole spectrum, right? The whole LGBT community of color. And what we do is it's a 4-month program, and the first half of the program we go through very intensive conversations, dialogue, workshops about their life stories and experiences of being individuals of color, being on the LGBT spectrum, and then they tell their life stories. And then from their life stories, we develop a full-length musical theater production based off their life stories. So everything you see on stage is the actual life story of one or more of the cast members. So for example, if we go there, we don't hold bars about nothing. If let's say childhood sexual abuse within the family was very common in the cast, there's going to be a scene about childhood sexual abuse in that show. Now, you're not going to play your own role for confidentiality purposes, but someone else in the cast is going to portray your role.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And so, it's been a program that's continued to grow. We actually won the 2015 Obama White House Champions of Change Award, which has been fantastic, for the individuals involved in the program to really be take ownership in this program and in validity. And we've had sold out shows at Arena Stage, Anacostia Arts Center, and Gallaudet University. We just wrapped up our last performance, Family Portrait. And we have, I'm very privileged to have such strong people in this cast because they are bearing their souls. They are talking about the things that they don't want to talk about, and not only are they talking about it, they are trusting another individual to put their story on stage.
Yeah.
Exactly how it happened, and then develop positive conflict resolution around that as well too, through art, dance, music, theater, the whole works. So just shout out, if you are interested in the 2019 production and joining, we just ask that you are LGBT of color and between the ages of 16 and 30 years old.
Okay. I have another question from Devontae.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you sign off, sis?
We asked you to come on.
He said, what's the biggest misconception about Impulse DC?
Go ahead.
That we bribe people to get into the clubs and then out them.
Huh? I've never heard that.
It was reblogged a few times this past week.
Really?
Yeah, and just to clear that up, we don't bribe people for testing outside of clubs. So we partner with fantastic organizations in the DMV area, from Whitman Walker Clinic to Denim, Latin American Youth Center, to provide free and confidential HIV and STI testing. Because if these organizations want to offer a $20 gift card for peeing in a cup to know if you have gonorrhea and chlamydia, then pee in a cup and get that $20, girl.
Okay, that's
you
a
know what I'm
drink
saying?
in the club.
It's not required for you to come in, And, historically, what I've seen, because I've been doing HIV and STI testing for almost over a decade now, the reality is that I've seen so many newly diagnosed HIV-positive individuals who came for testing, not even expecting a reactive result, but they just came for that, $10 Chipotle gift card.
Yeah.
And then, they got that diagnosis. And if it takes that gift card for you to know your status, then that's cool with me. But I say all that to say we absolutely don't bribe anyone or out anyone. That's the big one. For coming to our events. Everything is 510% confidential. We actually don't even have access to those files of people who get tested because they're the organizations who come to our events who provide the testing. We don't have access to Whitman Walker's files or Denim's testing files. So that's not possible. And we don't bribe them. It's there as an option if you want it there, because at the end of the day, we're funded by AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Our focus is around teaching and educating about HIV, prevention, testing, and treatment.
And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Who made
either.
fun of that?
Yeah.
And if you didn't do it, then they're like, oh, I don't do this for people who don't have it. Like, you can never win.
First of all, them cards are come in handy. You little broke at the club and you want a drink.
Yeah.
You prick me real quick.
Yeah.
Let me get this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Hello. Another question from Michael Reese. He said,
Oh, he's showing out today. I love it.
one of his first on-screen love interests is acting one of your things.
Wait, say that one more time, Michael.
One of your
One of my
first on-screen love interests is acting one of your things or not so much.
Oh, so yes and. There's a yes and on that. I took theater from middle school, high school, and in college. I took theater classes. When I was a kid, I actually strived to be an actor. That's what I wanted to do as a career. But, then life happened as an adult, obviously, and you got to pay those bills. And, it just wasn't something that I really strived towards. But, coming into the breaking ground world, particularly, I do love directing. It's really dope. I wouldn't mind acting. I do enjoy it still. I just haven't really been actively seeking out those opportunities.
Okay.
All right. So let's jump shit really quick. This time is winding down. I know you wanted to give promote something.
Yes. So, shout out to one of my good friends, Antoine Anderson. He moved from Peace Lounge, and on Wednesday for Wild Out Wednesday, it's one of their biggest parties because it's always on a Wednesday. Thanksgiving Eve is always on a Wednesday, so we'll be at Secrets Lounge tomorrow on 9th Street next to Nelly, so you can go get you a nice little pre-drink from Nelly's, then come on over to Secrets and come party with the Wild Out Wednesday team.
Well, all right.
Yes.
So should we go into what we posted, or what I posted about
Let's
December 4th?
We should give them an exclusive.
I'm not gonna give too much, but okay. So I posted that December 4th that the Real Raw and Uncut show was coming to an end, and I left it like that just to wheel y'all in. You gotta do it. We're not really coming to an end. The title will change, and the host
faces
will
you'll
change.
see will change.
Because we heard you guys. We read the comments. We get the shade. We know what you want, so we're gonna give you what you want. And and then one of the guys, he has his own show coming.
Well, we let's not say that because we don't know if it's a show, but it's he said we didn't. Yeah, so he has a project,
which I support because that's him if he decides to do it. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on y'all growth and development.
Yeah. Just third time for me. That's it.
I know this is my third time too. It'll be my third time.
It's not like we're feuding or anything. It's just the contract is coming to an end.
Yes.
Some people were given the opportunity. Some people actually wanted it. So that's it. That's all.
The title will be released soon.
Yeah, we already have the
we have the title,
the show name and everything. We already got all that situated and all that good stuff.
We've been posting contact clues, so if you can put two and two together, you know what the name of the show is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The initials is a famous king of pop who passed away.
Yes.
Okay. Look forward to watching.
Of course, you can come on.
And our first actual guest for the new show.
We don't know. We can't say.
Oh.
We can't say.
No.
Don't say it yet.
We don't know. Nothing solid for their guests. Like the first date guests, nothing solid. Like they didn't say yes or no yet. So
they already say yes.
Oh, so say the name. Just new to me.
So the first guest will actually be the Diddy of the city, Mr. Antoine Anderson. He will be the first official guest of the new show, of the new start. He will be rolling out the new and wheeling out the old.
So yeah, just to clarify, there's no beef. Those are still my brothers. I've known them for years. So, it's just everyone's wants to move on.
It's no beef on my end either. All love.
Yeah. So
I don't beef anymore. I'll just take you out for drinks.
They'll be back next week. Actually, they just didn't come this week because it was so many people and it had been like a room full of hosts. So they'll be back next week
with Mr. Bake.
Hey.
So where can they find you? Social media.
Yep, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under Devon Hamilton.
Yeah. All I use is Facebook, so AJ King on Facebook.
Can we actually put up the toy drive?
Devon's toy drive.
Yeah, Devon's toy drive.
December 14th.
December 14th.
I was just talking to Joy about this today. I said I'm gonna buy toys because I'm gonna tell you we was coming to your food drive and we had to basically tell ourselves like, okay, bitch, stop throwing so much food in this cart. We have to create there.
Oh my gosh, I was in the store like knocking everything like.
Yeah, the sales were amazing that day.
Yes.
Lucky baby.
Yes, it was like 49-cent cans of string beans and rice was 99 cents. I said, oh bitch, let me.
Yeah,
and I had to remember like, damn bitch, you gotta eat yourself.
So yeah, the toy drive I'm excited about, like, cause I'm a spoil whoever it is. So I'm gonna make sure that tree is lit for them.
And details for my toy drive will be dropping in about 2 weeks. So
Awesome. Oh.
Partying with purpose.
yes.
We were gonna do a Thanksgiving giveaway, but my funds were low because of District 202 and other things, so I couldn't do it. But I'm gonna jump in on Joy's toy drive.
Yes.
That way it'll happen.
Where can they find you on social media, Mike Riggins?
You just said it. Mwah. So anything coming up for you guys? Anything new?
I mean, just our World AIDS Day event. Remember, it's going to be November 30th from 6 to 10 p.m. in North Holland, Eastern Market. Like D'Angelo said, we need your RSVP. So just go to our page. You'll see the Eventbrite. Please RSVP for the event. We have a fantastic celebrity guest coming, so you don't want to miss out, I promise.
Yeah, because he said, "Oh, y'all, you're gonna love the guest." Like, and I was like, well, "Who the fuck is it?" So I called my friend. I was like, "Is Monica coming to town?" I mean,
Well, AJ booked this special town, so yeah, he's very proud.
I need a hint, AJ. Whisper in my ear, something.
child, the whole city in her, honey. Don't whisper nothing over there. She
I'll
get
tell Mike
drunk.
first.
Jeez, I can hold water.
Nope.
I
Right,
can.
you just can't hold tea.
I can hold.
You can hold water,
Facts.
you can't hold tea.
Not when it's piping hot and it's good.
But
But
if we-
anyway, you guys can follow me on social media at joey.joel on Instagram. Facebook is Joey Joel. I started using Twitter again, so you follow me on Twitter at joeyjoel_. And you can actually follow me on It's District 202. It's still in production, guys.
That's enough
It's
about
still-
District 202.
Oh, we're not talking about it?
Oh no, I'm saying that's enough. Like, you don't have to. That's okay.
Okay.
District 202 is driving me crazy. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Happy
Mr.
Thanksgiving, everybody,
Yeah, happy
too.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy
My
Thanksgiving.
fat ass wants to eat.
I'm going to drink.
My family canceled dinner, so who house am I coming over?
Child, who cancels dinner
My family.
on Thanksgiving?
My
Dysfunctional
family.
family.
Dysfunctional. Did we need to do a food drive? Is that the thing? We'll see y'all next week.